I'm back on my own, gotta put it in drive. Sat through the pain while I said I was blind. Too much emotion and pressure and stress, I put that on myself but can't put it aside.
Okay, so after my last reaction of Bad Omens performing Specter live, I have to check out more live ones from them because that was so good. Now, ever since I did my reaction to Dethrone, everybody was telling me, you gotta see a live version, you gotta see a live version. And now, since I did this live version of Specter, everyone's still telling me, you gotta see Dethrone, you gotta see Dethrone. So today, I'm going to react to Dethrone live. If you are new here and you haven't checked out any of my other reactions, make sure you go to my videos or even my playlist and you check out some of those. If you like reactions like this, make sure you subscribe, like the video for me right now so you don't forget by the end. And other than that, let's get right into it. There are multiple live versions of this song, but a couple people told me to do this one. Some said do a newer one. I chose this one.
This is Dethrone.
Wow. It's just crazy. If you saw my Specter reaction to the live version of Specter, I mean, it once again, it sounds so close to the actual studio recording that it's almost sickening to me. Wow. Once again, their sound live is so accurate to the actual recordings. It's crazy. But I will say this. For one, this performance is a live performance. It seems to be a live performance, not a live performance from a concert. So as far as the audio of this goes, the audio of it is a little bit better than you might get from a live performance at a actual concert, because you don't have all the other ambience from the room going on. You don't have the chatter. You don't have, if it's an outdoor concert, you don't have all of that ambience from being outside and stuff like that. You're not picking up those atmospheric sounds on top of everything and having to use extra noise gates and whatnot to cut out all that. So quality wise of the recording, it's going to be one of the better recordings. Now, there is a couple things that now go along with that. As far as feeling the energy for this performance, the energy for me wasn't there. And that could be because there isn't a audience that they're performing to. When you're performing to a crowd of people, there's so much energy that's radiating from everybody. And also as the performer, you have to put on a show and you kind of feed off of all that energy, and you're putting in an extra 100% on top of the 100% you're putting in anyway. So there's a lot more energy that comes out of a live performance when you're actually performing in front of people, and I think this performance lacked a little bit of that energy. A couple people have mentioned to me that some people think their live performances are a little dull in the sense of how they perform and that energy that I'm speaking on right now. Somebody even commented and said that they are one of those people that feel that way. They also touched on the processing of the vocals and everything for their live performances. For some people, I can understand how you don't appreciate, I guess you can say, that some of these bands will have, so much processing, so much effects, different things on their vocals to really give you that full effect and full feeling like you get when you listen to the album. And then, for people like me, I respect it because guys like this work their ass off to get to the point where they're able to have all of the access to be able to put on a show like this, to have all the lights, to have the smoke machines, to have all the processing able to be put on a live vocal the way they do. They worked to get to this point. And the reason they want to be at that point is so that they can give their fans the best experience. And I respect that so much. Now, I understand, too, coming from other people who are more into the raw, natural, feel of a live concert. And I've spoken to people who say they prefer when a band messes up. They prefer to hear a singer go off pitch. Things like that, because to them, then they can feel it's real and they actually feel more connected to the artist or band, by when they do hear an error or, something not being perfect. Some people don't like polish, and it's both are understandable. For me personally, I actually respect and appreciate both. So being that it's a band as big as Bad Omens, touring the world, has put in the work to get to where they are now, to be able to be this way, I completely respect it and I enjoy it. I'm only watching and listening through a screen. I'm not actually there experiencing it for myself. Now, also, this is only the second live performance I've watched, and I know that, the first one, yes, was an outdoor concert. This one, like I said, seems to be indoors. It's not a concert. It's literally just them performing live, and this is from 5 years ago. So if we're doing the math, that was around COVID. So yeah, I mean, I can't be a judge of if when they do perform live, they don't give that energy. Me personally, when I watch a band perform live, I love to see a frontman that's all over that stage, that's putting in all this energy. But at the same time, you need to understand a vocalist, especially a vocalist like Noah, who's doing both singing, both screaming, things like that. They have to, savor their energy. They can't waste their breath on running around back and forth, jumping up and down, doing all this crazy stuff. They have to save that energy and everything for, making sure their vocal is perfect, which kind of also may go into why some people prefer, not a perfect vocal performance and would rather see that energy more so than hear a perfect vocal. It's all preference, just like anything to do with music, it's all subjective. So whatever. Now, I'm not saying whether I do or don't like any of these certain things that I'm talking on. I'm just literally pointing them out and explaining my view on how other people may be perceiving things. But for me, this was really good. Audio wise. Now when I'm watching these, that's what I'm actually paying attention to is the actual audio. I'm paying attention to how Noah sounds. I'm paying attention to how the drums sound, how the guitars sound. I'm paying attention to all those things more so than the performance itself. And it is really cool, all the glitz and glam with the lights and smoke machines and things that they seem to do. But, coming up, back in the day, post-hardcore scene, going to local, bars and local venues and seeing, local bands and stuff, like, you didn't have all that stuff. So you got off on a band that put on a performance almost like you were at a circus. Guitarists are hanging upside down from rafters. Vocalists are doing front flips into the crowd and crowd surfing, while they're screaming or singing and whatever. Like, those are the things we looked for when we went to a live show. We would leave a live show that honestly didn't sound very good, but we'll be like, that was such an amazing show because of the energy and everything that went on during that show. And, a performance like this wasn't really that. But as far as how they sounded live, how they played and everything like that, it was awesome. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to hear what I thought about the song itself when I first ever heard it, you can go check out my reaction to that. I'll post it coming up right here. And then other than that, what other live reactions should I do for Bad Omens? Definitely let me know in the comments. Other than that, if you enjoyed the reaction, make sure you like the video. If you're new here, check out my other Bad Omens reactions. Check out, maybe you like Bring Me the Horizon, maybe you like Spirit Box, just Sleep Token even. Just take a look, see what else I have. You might like it. Subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.